Hello there, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. I'm in the M103, we're top tier, and we're on Northwest. Northwest is a map that I haven't played a lot of recently. It just doesn't seem to come up in the rotation. I've had it a couple of times in a medium tank, I think, and both times I went up along the 1-2 line, along the railway line. And I'm in the M103 this time, so I'm in a heavy tank, and I decided I'm going to go down the low ground, because that's generally the usual stomping ground for heavy tanks. Though I don't know if that pattern has changed. Didn't pay enough attention, I suppose. And just to show my familiarity with the map, I try and drive over the edge of the map there, because I didn't realise that was the edge of the map. I thought I could get around the back of those houses to go down to the low ground the short way rather than going all the way down there in front of me and turning back on myself. So I'm just going to drive down here. The bulk of the team looks like they're heading up the western side along the railway, and there's a few tanks heading towards the centre. The centre in Northwest is often a kind of a no man's land. Only the brave souls venture in there, because if you're spotted, you can be shot from anywhere practically along the northern or western sides of the map. This is a kind of random thing, of course, because it happens to have the correct combination of somebody being in the right spot to get a line of sight to you at the time that you're spotted, and you sort of hanging around that area long enough for them to actually get a shot off. Now I'm kind of nervous coming down here because I'm pretty much on my own. There is one heavy tank accompanying me on the slightly higher ground on my left. Though artillery usually has a strong incentive to assist tanks along this line, because if we fall there next, and usually artillery has a good line of sight, good shots on anybody that's picked up on this on these locations, whereas along the railway line and stuff like that, people are frequently in the shadow of buildings and in areas that artillery actually find a lot of difficulty getting at. I get a shot into the VK-4502B, but he gets one into me as well. So it's about a fair exchange, and the front of those tanks are extremely heavily well armoured. And to be honest with you, I do find it very difficult to penetrate with the gun on the M103. Front of tanks like that, even with premium ammunition. Now the fatherland came down to assist me, but as it turns out, probably because he didn't like what was above the higher ground, and thought if the two was concentrating on this guy, we'd get rid of him first. I didn't really realise what was up there with him, and I came out to assist the fatherland. So I took fire from the Waffenträger Panzer IV and the M103. So just keep driving, but now I have to engage the M103. Now, he makes the mistake actually of not coming down to my level. He's sloped here, so his front plate's practically vertical to my gun, so I actually have very little trouble penetrating him. Whereas he's had a little bit more difficulty with me. Now I missed that shot completely, I just didn't give it enough lead. And the tank destroyer behind him gave him a very solid thump as well. And we finish him off. It seems to me the enemy didn't really contest the northwestern corner either. Our tanks have already moved past that area without significant opposition from what I can see. In fact, none of the groups seem to me to have had a significant opposition, and we now seem to run into a second wave of enemy tanks. So a substantial 5 enemy tanks detected, including artillery, and a few more appearing now. So there's a substantial amount of the enemy force actually held back around their base area, which has largely contributed to their defeat. They've They've allowed us to attack them in detail, in smaller packets, 1 or 2 at a time, and this guy just rams into me. So I've came out the better of that. Bigger tank and more weight, heavily armoured. So and then I see the Tortoise and I think, right, I need a bit of a buffer in front of a Tortoise, and I'm going to push this guy up the hill in front of me as additional armour. and use him to protect my lower front plate, and basically give nothing but the turret top to the tortoise. That's if he comes out against me. Now the tortoise might have been better off coming out, although I suppose the tank destroyer and tank there to my left are probably already in a position to engage the tortoise, and as are the large horde of tanks coming down from the enemy base area. So I bounced that shot off his cupola. He wipes out one of our tank destroyers, and that's it. It's pretty much game over. This is a pretty comfortable win for our team, really. We didn't lose too many tanks. And let's see how we did on the scoreboard. So not bad experience. 2000 damage, 1000 block, second class mastery, sniper medal. And if we look at the final stats, 2000 is actually a very good result for 5 penetrations. We come number 1 by experience, and if we look at the final stats, we notice that the enemy team, they just don't score as well. Our guys on average score quite a bit more. And it's distributed over more players. So I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you again soon.